Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Greetings, divine solar crystal keepers of the universal federated worlds. Happy Marie Magdalene feast day, as the divine feminine goddess of the rose rises through the magical kundalini of the cosmic serpent energies. Today we have a double portal of the 22-2-22 and the 22-7-22, doubling the incoming higher energetics of Mother, Father, God, Source, Creator, flooding our realm with the paradisiacal codes of freedom and liberation from all slavery systems and false programs. In this transformation and transmission of the gnosis of the wisdom of the ages, we are encouraged and uplifted in vibration to the new heights. We also celebrate today as Noosphere Day, as Cosmic Moon Day 26 on the Mayan calendar. Today is the 6th day in the row of consistent fifth-dimensional energies flooding this realm with gamma plasma waves and adamantine particles of light. These pulses of white light appeared on the Schumann charts today at amplitudes of 21 Hz, 22 Hz, 47 Hz, and a massive white outblast at 72 Hz. The golden ray of Christ consciousness fills this realm with the power of unconditional love, infinite light, and eternal bliss. As the sun moves into the sign of Leo, our lion kingdom of the original Judea has reunited and awakened into the dawning of the grand rising of the new golden age of the kingdom of God. As the heart of the lion is activated, the fires of ascension climb the spiral of time to light up the passions of the crown, to bring all into divine sovereignty and free humanity from the slavery systems and limitation programs. We are transitioning from the programs of survive to the perceptions of thrive, where all sentient beings live in abundance and prosperity. The eyes of the Spirit open for all knowledge of the pure way of eternal life, to be activated within the hearts and minds of all sentient beings of the pure and clear light of bliss. The Heros Gamos divine union has been activated in our earth angelics of the 144,000 for our final quantum leap of consciousness as way-showers of the nation of the luminous ones, the new human, Homo Luminous. The Divine Mother Goddess shall cleave open our hearts and initiate the rainbow body DNA code sequence for our transfiguration into immortality. In this now we resolve all things in the unborn mind of Buddha. Aho. Welcome, beloved beings of light. I am Paul White Gold Eagle with PrimeDisclosure.com. We have many powerful transmissions again for you today from our sacred New Earth scribes, so be sure to stick around to the very end. And please do us a favor and share this video with your teams and tribes all over this realm. Today's transmissions are a tribute to our divine Magdalenas in the physical and the etheric. We shall weave together a tapestry of beautiful stories and gnosis of our beautiful Magdalenes of the roses, in honor of the magnificence of the divine feminine goddess energies that are activating and rising in every living heart of the new earth arising. This shall be my most powerful transmission to date, so sit back, relax, and enjoy star blossoms of the new heaven upon the new earth, and grab yourself a spot of tea. Namaste. We continue with the Sabian symbols right now. The moon is at 29 degrees, 7 minutes Taurus. The sun is at 0 degree, 18 minutes Leo. The current Sabian symbol for the sun at 1 degree Leo. Under emotional stress, blood rushes to a man's head. And the current Sabian symbol for the moon at 0 degree Taurus. A peacock parading on the terrace of an old castle. From astrologyweekly.com. And today from Divine Sis Star of the Light, Celia Fenn. Today and tomorrow the sun moves into Leo. We are moving away from the softer energies of Cancer and into the fiery roar of the lion. Expect fireworks from this point, and this means from the sun too. Keep an eye on those sunspots and solar flares. I am finding that after a period of relatively smooth flow in my life, everything is going wrong suddenly. Those lions are just not settling for second best and urging us to stand up for ourselves and claim our future. So as we move towards the day out of time on the 25th and the planetary new year on the 26th, we will be challenged to look at what needs to end in the cycle and what needs to be renewed for the new cycle, and what we need to create. I've been told by the star lions not to settle, but to decide what I want to create and trust the process. So as we move into Leo and towards the Lion's Gate on the 8/8, may the courage of the lions and lionesses be with you all. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Divine Feminine 7777. We are entering the Leo season today, and it's going to be one of the most powerful ones because of the 8/8 portal, or the Lion's Gate portal, that is bringing the Sirius and Lyra energy into the planetary system. Although Leo is a fire sign, we will feel more stability and calmness than we did in the last few months, where there were many ups and downs. But we won't just relax and take it easy. Leo season will be deeply transformational on a higher level, which means it won't bring so much disturbance in our physical reality. Be bold, believe in yourself, dive deep into your own perception of spirituality and connectedness with all that is, oneness, wholeness, and upgrade to a higher level of understanding. Leo season begins with Mercury, the planet of communication, in Leo, that will enable you to speak your truth without the fear of not being good enough or holding back like you may have done in the past. And from the senses of the soul, solar tsunami and CME, an explosion on the sun during the early hours of July 21st created a solar tsunami wave and hurled a CME toward Earth. The CME's arrival on July 23rd could spark minor to moderate geomagnetic storms with auroras at high latitudes. Solar tsunami energy acts much like a cosmic shockwave event. It's an overall wake-up call and brings in huge shifts in consciousness. In psycho-spiritual terms, a galactic shockwave event such as this one creates a tsunami of energy that impacts our left rational and right emotional brain. It slams together thought processes like a universal shove that brings great collective illumination. It also creates great fatigue, sleep disturbance, and monkey mind as we receive a huge input of our new evolutionary coding. It is best to let it carry you with it instead of trying to brace against the change in your thought process. The sun represents our divine masculine, and with the Sirian star influences this month, we are taking a quantum leap forward and healing our wounded masculine. You may be challenging everything, rethinking things, resisting moving ahead at a fast pace, needing to slow down, setting firmer boundaries around the use of your time, and feeling that you need to head in a new direction, but not quite sure how. Give it time for the cosmic dust to settle, and you will see a whole new perspective that will bring in more balance, peace, and inner empowerment. From sensesofthesoul.ca. And from Isis Channelings, 7/22, Mary Magdalene Feast Day, New Pathways of Co-Creation via Presence. Today, 7/22, on her feast day, is the glorious, beautiful, radiant, and blissful energies of Mary Magdalene wash over you. They activate new pathways of co-creation for you via the gift of presence. Since the Shiva Shakti full moon of July 13th, we have revisited old debilitating wounds that previously had opened portals, proved to be the tipping point of our own resurrection as spiritual beings. These were core wounds that have been carried by you as part of your soul signature in this incarnation, that were meant to initiate you on your spiritual quest and healing. That is mother wound, inability to state your truth, clamping down, shutting down in the presence of harsh energies, your innate sensitive nature, which is your biggest guide, being used against you, old medical conditions, revisiting. This old challenges and wounds were triggered again precisely so that you may reinforce the very core lessons, pathways of learning and healing that these old core woundings had brought forth for you now in order to navigate them, the challenges, from a fresh and different approach as Mary Magdalene initiates new pathways of co-creation and alchemy within your energetic fields. These challenges are opportunities to flex your new co-creative abilities. You are the co-creators of the new age. The world around us is literally and figuratively burning up. These harsh energies are the fires of destruction and resurrection, a resurrection of a new age of gentler energies that is built upon the foundation of the divine feminine wisdom of the Sophia, Shakti, Shekinah. Mary Magdalene is the symbol of the blue rose wisdom of new co-creation, of resurrection, of sacred union, and the power of co-creation, magic and healing of sexual energies, of the fierce feminine that counters with courage, resilience, and integrity, the forces seeking to obliterate her to the shadows. Mary Magdalene is resurrecting in each of you to assist in the co-creation of a new age from the embers of the old. All she requires from you is your gift of presence. Bring presence into every aspect of your life. That is, cooking food, drinking water. Thank Gaia for her gifts of fruit, vegetables, water that she shares so lovingly and freely with you, setting up sacred space. Give gratitude to the herbs, crystals assisting you, walking in nature. Acknowledge, say a hello to the birds, tree guardians, etc. Your presence is what is going to guide and assist you now to walk the new pathways of co-creation and alchemy that are opening up for you. Remember the core lessons you have learned, revisited. These, along with presence, will be your guides to bring in new solutions, creations, goals via a brand new approach. Mary Magdalene, as High Priestess of Isis, has opened the gateways of the new Sirius, Star of Isis season that bring in new codes of mastery, alchemy, and co-creation. And light and grace and joy be the change you want to see. Sake Na from IsisChannelings.wordpress.com. And from Divine Sis Star of the Light, Ra James. Happy Magdalene Feast Day. Millions of people around the world are celebrating. Today is Mary Magdalene Feast Day. Mary Magdalene works with the energies of the Divine Feminine. Mary Magdalene is an ascended master helping to oversee things on a higher level. She stands with those who need warrior energy to deal with issues in their environment. She is the priestess of the rose. The story went much different than we have been taught. This was one of the most amazing love stories of all time, the merging of two souls into one, a mission of love and healing, trying to change the world. Most of the true teachings were of twin flame union and ascension. Mary went and carried on teaching. She's a symbol of the goddess, one that faded into the background as the patriarchy reigned. They replaced the goddess with God and took control of the feminine. There is a healing taking place now for the feminine energies on the planet. As you're healing these energies within, you'll feel more and more of a call to open up to love and to serve the light. This is a sacred time for your soul here. You may be seeing red roses this weekend. If you do, take this as a special sign. Love is in the air as we are moving into the energies of the Lion's Gate. We are clearing a lot of energies and connections not serving us right now. Try to go with the flow in these energies. From SparksOfDivineLightHealing.com. And from Divine Sis Star of the Light, Allie Ray. Celebrating all Sis Stars on the magical 22 Mary Magdalene Feast Day. Mary Magdalene, the Rose Lineage. Whatever the historical truth of who Mary Magdalene was, as well as being a living person and a guide in spirit, It is the symbolism of her consciousness that is most relevant. We each feel into our own beliefs and receive the consciousness in our unique way. Mary Magdalene symbolizes the return of the divine feminine ray after the distortion of divine feminine energies by the patriarchy. Her recent rise from sinner to saint represents the journey of all women. She represents the return of power to all wombs. Mary Magdalene symbolizes the Holy Grail because the Holy Grail exists within us all. Symbolic of all women as queens robbed of their womb divinity and status, Magdalena was dishonored and robbed of her status and placed in the scriptures as a prostitute. Yet Mary Magdalene was an initiate from the temple of Isis, where she was taught by Mother Mary. The priestesses of this ancient temple of Isis are universal. The same goddess teachings were anchored in by priestesses of ancient cultures all over the world, and we have all been reborn to today's times. Therefore, because of her treatment in the last 2,000 years, Mary Magdalene is a wonderful symbol for our hidden, empowered priestess within, as she symbolizes the disempowered and abused goddess who has risen again in the fullness of love and empowerment despite her treatment. We celebrate her in this lineage that Mary Magdalene was most assuredly an Egyptian priestess from the temple of Isis. Mary is an Egyptian Isis title from Myr, water, sea, the key symbol of the priestess, meaning priestess. The letter M, 13th letter of the alphabet, is indeed the symbol of water in Egyptian hieroglyphs. Mother Mary was a priestess of the rose line and the teacher of Mary Magdalene in a circle of 12, with Mother Mary as the 13th. What is this rose line, this Egyptian line to which she belonged? I invite you to ask her yourself. I invite you to go to the Rose Temple in meditation with Mother Mary and the Sisterhood of the Rose, and connect with Mary Magdalene there. Feel the lineage beyond her stemming right back to ancient times, to Isis, Ishtar, Lemuria. Ask for information and receive your answers in your heart in the form of symbolism, color, words. Let her be your teacher. And from divine sister of the light, Gillian, Macbeth, Mary Magdalene, daughters of the holy Encodings. As you open your heart and arms to more of my awakening, you become daughters of the holy Encodings. You, dear daughters of knowing, hold within you a memorandum that is meant for earth, a message that is encoded with holy calligraphy, a message that you can only read from the inside out. I ask you now, beautiful daughters of the light, to remember one of your many holy positions. Imagine yourself standing in the center of a temple when once you were part of the holy order of the Magdalene. The Magdalene was an order of the sacred feminine teachings that were passed down for thousands of years, teachings of nature and heaven and power and wisdom that has survived through time and myth. In your holy text, your body is referred to as a temple. Your body is a space of solid light that holds sacred memories, a place you keep your treasures of truth. In days gone by, whenever you had to hide the secret, something of power you encoded within and on the body. You physically integrated the sacred encodings. Some of you placed the ashes of the sacred scrolls into oil and rubbed them upon your body. Others ingested what was written to hold its energy. The order of the Magdalene is encoded within you. It is not a club you join, it is a sacred way of living and being for time immortal. The next strand of time unravels many secrets as the awakening within the daughters of the star. It may come in a dream, through a book. It may come through a tattoo or an afternoon sunset. It seeks you as much as you seek it. It has never forgotten your scent. It has never forgotten the lines of time you wear in your soul. It has never forgotten the sound of your voice. For the one thing that has stayed the same incarnation after incarnation has been the vibration within your voice. That is the reason that sometimes people are repelled by your voice, and sometimes others are hypnotized by your voice, for it has always been your calling card, your energy signature, and an activation sound. Imagine now that you are standing as the beautiful, youthful, divine goddess that you inherently are. Your physical body is a luminous temple beaming with love. Stand in the center and look at the walls of your personal inner temple. There are glyphs and sacred writings, hidden truths that seek to be remembered by you and you alone. In your heart, imagine placing your hands and your third eye upon the sacred text that lives in the walls. Now move your heart to it. Let your heart beat with it. It is your heartbeat that will awaken the truths inherent within it, is your heart key. In the days of old, many of you were in the sacred order of Magdalene. It was not a last name, it was a title, it was a crown, it was a knowing. It was held sacred in the Essene community where Christ walked among men. In my time of living, I endured much hate that was placed upon me because of my position and training. I endured arrows of poisons that came from the eyes of others. I endured angry words. I stood high in my light and the sacred teachings of my order. I did not trip upon my path, but kept a strong heart of love towards all that wished me harm. I did not beg for mercy, for I knew that I stood in a light so grand and so beautiful that nothing could make my world tumble, for I was a seer and already knew of events to come. I saw my light as solid, not as red thread that blows in the winds of change. The mantle of light and secrecy I wore was beyond bending or ever breaking, for it was the very fabric of my soul. Each day as you awaken to the grace of a God-given day, solidify the light that you are. Become the pillar of light that you are and penetrate earth and heaven with a column of light. Then anchor and seal it with every prayer. It is this majestic light that you must daily solidify with your words and intent. Life will often strip you naked of your divinity. It pecks upon your body as vultures that cannot wait for the kill. You allow life to delete you. When you allow life to suckle upon you and steal your peace, you do all that is holy and injustice. All of life depends upon you holding the kingdom of the life and light as sacred and holy. Women of the light walk forward as a holy entourage, showing what cannot be dissolved or obstructed. Women of earth, no matter what color, creed, size, or age, stand up and set your light. Do not bend and cry and pray, for what you seek lives within you, not on the outskirts of someone else. Visualize the light as solidified, peace as solidified, love as solidified. See the weaving that the weavers of light create. See it as if the very fabric of all that was once holy and has been forgotten. You have forgotten that you are the core of heaven on earth. You have forgotten to solidify the love that you are, the beauty that you are, the peace that you are. You have let everything enter your womb because you thought you were to shift it, to heal it, to change it. Does the mountain bend down to the sea for a drink? Nay, it creates beautiful waterfalls to drink from. All that you seek lives within your realm of possibility. I am Mary Magdalene. Your connection has never ended, nor can it. You have never been separated from what you are and what you are destined to do and be. Believe it, and it is so. Mary Magdalene through Gillian Macbeth from thequantumawakening.com. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Amira Atlantis, July 22nd, the opening of the Lion's Gate, the feast day of Mary Magdalene, and the rewriting of the spirals of time. We have entered my favorite season of the astrological year, the opening of the Lion's Gate portal. Today the sun is on the edge of Cancer coming into Leo. As it rises, the star Sirius in Orion's belt will prepare to align with the pyramids of Giza, bringing us to the 8-8 and the Lion's Gate portal. The shift in energy from water to fire will feel palpable as the dog days of summer, aptly named for the dog star Sirius in this time of year, infuse us with the fiery passions of new light codes and intense upgrades. In this window that culminates on 8-8, the official Lion's Gate, we may feel like we are receiving a super blast from the cosmos. Intense. Remember, intense need not be a bad thing. It is in the heat and pressure that diamonds are created. and as the diamond rays stream down from the galactic center to fill our energy fields with new geometries, they purge the versions of us that are unable to integrate the gifts of increasing our mana, our life force, in better alignment with the movement of Gaia. July 22nd is also the feast day of the feminine Christ, Mary Magdalene. As the lion traditionally represents the archetype of the Christ, it is no coincidence that the entering of the divine feminine archetype of Mary Magdalene occurs at the onset of the sign of Leo. Mary Magdalene and her fiery red hair, crimson robes, and passionate nature celebrates our desire to find union and communion, as above so below, in the infinity symbol, or double eights on August 8th. Earth to the stars, anchored into our sacred soul chakra, creating a vortex of light between our solar plexus and heart, the Vesica Pisces. The holy trinity of living geometry is within each of us. It is on the sacred land of Kauai that I rewrite the spirals of time known as Atlantis. The Atlanteans that fled when the destruction came went mainly to Egypt, taking with them their knowledge, technology, and spiritual practices. Atlantis fell in part because of the distortions of the great gifts, talents, psychic abilities, and scientific discoveries made during the final era. There was much abuse of creatures considered lesser, and the sanctity of life in general was not held sacred. Many spiritual laws were broken and abused. The experiment of Atlantis ended so that a new cycle could begin again. As this spiral of 2022 and beyond continues to expose the shadows, distortions, and crimes to life of Earth, we are re-experiencing the finale of Atlantis, with the goal of creating a different outcome. Our Creator has allowed us as a species the free will to operate from a very low vibrational space. However, as a collective, we have chosen to open up to recreating through divine will and a soul-led existence, in an opportunity we call ascension. In order to help this to happen, there will continue to be the exposure of free will crimes and all that does not align with the Atlantean law of one. We must be very brave, very strong, and most of all remember that we are eternal beings, having an experience in an environment that is highly mutable. Choice will be everything. Choice and perspective, and of course love. I will continue to walk the labyrinth and assist in the rewriting of our collective history. In the time, no time simulation known as Planet Earth. Embrace change. We came here to witness and contribute to our own healing. Oceans of aloha. Amera Atlantis, keeper of the Atlantean flame, from AmeraAtlantis.com. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Surya Nanda Aed. The Great Central Sun Prophecy Shift, the Sun being the heart of Christ and Mary Magdalene teachings. This has taken place the 22nd of July 2022 on Gaia. Prairie and the Elohim transition epiphanies were experienced. This is very exciting and has been long awaiting for these times, following on from many shifts, as being the inevitable stepping stones in deeper conscious awareness. As Mary Magdalene and Yeshua are one of the Elohim, they continue to teach and train many on Gaia in these times, while also training and teaching on a vast range of aspects within the Great Central Sun. Within the training and teachings given by Mary Magdalene and Yeshua, encompassed within is the peace that passes all understanding. Love being ever present into creation and existence itself within the Great Central Sun, in its magnificence and vastness, incorporating innumerable suns and realms, paradise being but one. The Great Central Sun, the omnipresent, omnipotent power of creation existence itself. The Sun within the Sun, Christ and Mary Magdalene, teachings refers to the Great Central Sun, the very heart of creation existence. With these teachings, transition is the key to understanding creation in its vastness and magnitude. The Elohim direct a life force from and with the Great Central Sun and their other roles. Within the Great Central Sun, as also stars and other worlds, these teachings are known and understood. Adam El Daoud and Suryananda's journey on the great central sun and creation continues. And today from Divine Brother of the Light, Francoise Siradzin. In this 22/7/2022, the sacred female, equally honored in each one, through what was most likely the beloved and sweet half of a Christ so beautifully incarnate. Gratitude to Ramold R.H. for this divine sharing. Miriam de Magdala, Marie Magdalene, the archetype of the carnal and spiritual woman, represents the pure and free expression of the woman, life, Shakti, creative energy and motion, and the verb that has become flesh in consciousness. This female apostle is the empress of the found woman, sensual, sexual, and carnal woman, body matter, woman healer, heart, spiritual and cosmic woman, soul mind. Mary Magdalene, the beloved, reminds you of the fundamental symbiosis of flesh and spirit, and restores their sex to women. She is the wife, the incarnation of the female prince in the sacred couple, the marriage of spirit and matter. She is the Holy Grail cup that receives the blood of Christ through this divine sexual and spiritual union. Her energy allows to open a door, long locked, for every woman to reclaim her body and sexuality, and for every man to vibrate to his feminine principle. His presence sanctifies what has been awkwardly instilled in a notion of sin, inviting you to embody Christ consciousness down to every cell of your body. This spiritual goddess was able to fully and freely embody her divine heritage and pass it on with passion, ardor, and knowledge. Its vibration carries the energy of the rose gold ray, heart energy and Christian solar energy with dignity. This beam serves as a bridge between the shaman woman, symbolically represented by the color red earth, and the female priestess goddess carrying the cosmic white ray. The red lady and the white lady unite by the alchemy of love to create the rose lady, the Mary Magdalene, the female Christ in every heart of every human being. Her vibrational presence comes to reopen an alchemical key to the heart of the belly of all women and ignites the creative flame of a powerful energetic vortex in their matrix and their sexuality. Also, it allows the explosion of the sacred powers of the divine feminine and pays full homage to the later. Both disciple and apostle, Mary Magdalene leaves an indelible mark in the hearts, bodies, and souls of women. This trace, although kept secret for too long, is gradually revealing itself to mankind in the purpose of helping heal the wounds that women have been carrying in their wombs for 2,000 years. And from divine Sistar of the Light, Ishtara rose. A note to all Magdalens. Each year on the 22nd of July, those drawn to the path of the Magdalene share the so-called Day of the Magdalene. Sometimes I wonder, why do Magdalens choose to celebrate on 22nd? Because the church says it is so, when we might choose to keep Mary Magdalene close all and every day, and not just once a year, named by some pretend power out there. But yes, like everything, numbers are symbolic, and 22 is a highly symbolic number, especially when it lands on the year of 22. And if everyone chooses to celebrate her light, then that can only be a good thing. The church knew about the sacred mysteries and the symbolism of numbers, and it is no coincidence that 22 is a portal gateway and the Magdalene is a doorway through, just as her name is an anagram for amygdala, which opens via the pineal and takes us out of slavery mode of fight or flight, which the amygdala gland governs. 22 is master gateway of the 11. The door is there. How and whether we open it is up to us. So 22 holds the door out of slavery into empowerment. Can you find the key? She holds it for you. Yet at the same time, the church also made her divine number 13 unlucky and blasphemy, that when they said that this great feminine Christed queen was a mere prostitute. Let us all remember that in 1209 the Church also purposefully chose 22nd of July of her date to murder 20,000 of her followers in Beziers, numbers thought to be way higher, and spared no one, irrespective of rank, sex, or age. And again the following year they murdered in her name on her date all her followers and her holy priests and priestesses in nearby Minerva. On this note, I reject the word feast because of its hint of this sacrificial shadow, just as I also reject the word saint. So I received this message this year of 22/7 of 2022 equals 17, key number, equal 8, Venus, to be this: an opportunity to take a moment to mark receiving her key to come through the doorway out of slavery and into empowerment and liberation, to awaken from the slumber. We can now undo all the time loops of trauma and alchemize them into light easily through intention and prayer. And this happens very deeply, sacredly, quietly within, in your own private sacred time, your own personal, intimate prayer with her, for she is within you. So take a moment on 22nd, a beautiful Friday, and proclaiming, visualizing, in positive words of your own, that the only persecution, wounds, and disempowerment from the matrix is now undone in all directions of time for the highest good of all. And now reclaim what is yours and always was, breaking out of the slumber of the matrix, expanding into new birth, up-leveling, activating, awakening new codes within, allowing and seeing her rising, for now is her time to claim to rise again, and she is back, and see her in all her splendor, however you wish to word it. Shine, shine, shine her light within, for you, for us all. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Gail Swanson, from the heart of love, Mary Magdalene speaks. As my name began to emerge through not only the rising of the feminine, but through the discovery of the tangible evidence of my life, the world began its debate in earnest. Discoveries always cause excitement and varied opinions, and so it shall be. But this, my beloveds, is a discovery of the heart, for it is true that all that dwells within my heart, and all that I have been, dwells within you. For what matters here is the discovery of what is suppressed in every heart, and what is yearned for in every soul. These truths can only be found within. As the ways of the world continue to distract and frighten, I come forth to ignite the memory of all that you are. It is true that the strongest of souls shall be drawn to the task of excavating, healing, and discovering their own illumination. For then you shall take the hand of another and another, and aid in sparking their own true memory. The power of the natural balance of the masculine and feminine is a power most mighty and a most sacred healing balm. All that lies beneath the destruction of this most natural state is beautiful and born of heaven. How shall the balance be restored? When the divine feminine connects to the stars in heaven and breathes the remembrance into her physical body on earth, this shall create a power reborn. When the masculine connects in this way, igniting his own divine feminine and heavenly qualities, he may then acknowledge the sweetness and grace with loving acceptance, and one shall see the sweetness in another and another. In the living sanctuary of your heart, all that has been suppressed, all that has been wounded, all that cries out for love, is now ready to be uncovered and released. I understand your feeling that the process is never ending, but this, I am afraid, is the process upon the earth. Your choice to be the shining stars in the face of such anguish illuminates in ways you shall never know. Allow yourselves to open now in ways you have not allowed for. In this allowance, fear shall be shattered, and love and peace shall reign. And as you embrace these ancient ways and call out the names of all who adore you, the luminous fibers of your heavenly being shall illuminate and connect with your heavenly home. Continue to call upon the memory of love. Hold fast in your desire for truth. Seek only the truth within, for there you shall find your own sacred heart. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Karen Lithica, rest, recharge, align your light. Great light integrations are underway, light family. Simply rest and recharge this weekend, for the physical form is undergoing immense light upgrades, light assimilations with the cosmic integrations underway. Layers and layers of light are now in mass assimilation. Simply remove yourself from the global distractions. Choose a sacred space in your home. Rest and be conscious in light. For our conscious light is interconnected in a brilliant stream of wonderful light. Simply expand your consciousness to see our world in perfect harmony. For your focus needs to simply affirm and feel this light connection. For the power of us is now expanding. Simply see this message as confirmation. You are tapped into global light awareness. The cosmic pulsation of light is now reaching our world. Simply feel into this encoded message. The power of us is now expanding. With love, the true light awakening is here. The Arcturians and Karen from KarenLithica.com. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Carolyn 144 God Code. Leo season brings the end of delays to spring us forward with sudden changes and growth. Results of your efforts during the gestation period are revealing themselves. Your higher level of self-worth and value has risen into a new time frame. Shadow wounds are long gone, and you are free to enter the time-space continuum with Christ and Christ consciousness. Now you are becoming a vibrational match to these higher dimensional frequencies, entering into the oneness field with them. We are Judah's all-stars, which is being revealed this Leo season. This is replacing the constructs of the distorted masculine matrix system and the ego programs. Divinity, Gnostic wisdom, and the Holy Spirit are taking over, bringing a new way of thinking and operating in this divine feminine Christ age of Aquarius we are in. Take the next step forward today, trusting new healthy, sacred relationships are ahead. We as a collective are co-creating this because this is what we are longing for. It is ours. You are not alone on this journey. Don't let triggers of abandonment wounds convince you otherwise. We are one union field, beloveds, heading home together. These seeds have already been planted and are now growing strong. Be patient, independent, and lead yourself into your future, knowing we are doing this together. Prepare for that love that is coming. Take charge of the ego and strive ahead, trusting in the creative unfolding of life and your ascension journey. In Jesus Christos' name, Amen. God bless you, Carolyn Kundalini Twin Flames. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Adriane Elise. Gaia Daily, July 22nd through the 25th. Time to shine. The sun moves over into the sign of Leo today, and boy, are we feeling the fire. Our new world is beginning to become visible, along with the supernova souls who are being called out of their shell and into expressing the light that they really are. With Mercury also in Leo, and coming into trine with Jupiter in Aries, the energy is starting to cook. Supernovas, it's a feeling like it's now or never. Our time has come to be the bigger self we came here to be. We celebrate a new moon in Leo next week, with the sun and the moon in trine to Jupiter in Aries. Our opportunities for landing a new timeline are ripening like the first fruits of the year. We are still feeling the sun in opposition to Pluto, showing us everything that does not want us to move, activate, shine, or go bigger. Regardless, the new timeline opportunities are careening in like a runaway train. This activating fire energy is leading us up to the epic Uranus-Mars North Node conjunction in Taurus, which is about activating and anchoring higher frequency vibrations into physical form. This conjunction peaks out at the beginning of August, at the time of the cross-quarter day festival, Lammas, the Feast of First Fruits. We are halfway between the solstice and equinox. The Leo and Aries energy is activating the latent potential that lies within us. The new is trying to come in, and we are here to lead the way. Supernovas are the first fruits of spiritual ascension. There are astrological omens of ripe times ahead. Next week, along with the Leo new moon, we will be feeling Venus coming into conjunction with Black Moon Lilith. This is giving us a trip into the darkness in order to nurture a rebirth of the feminine from dark to light. Venus goes on to square up with Chiron, and the goddess, like the phoenix, will rise from the ashes. We are healing our wounds and facing that repressed shadow because we have no choice but to be whole and healed for the next big leap. From AdrianeElise.com. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Leah Whitehorse. Sun enters Leo. Tune into your inner lion and roar your radiance to the world. Bask in the spotlight or just the sunshine to connect with this playful energy. Let light, love, fun, and frolics rekindle your passion for life. Pay attention to what warms your heart, what brings you joy. These things that move you speak of your purpose. Remember, you carry a spark of the divine within. You are a co-creator with life, connected to the source of all things. Embrace the moment, say yes to life. Be generous with your smiles. If you're struggling, relight your fire by letting your inner child out to play. Draw on your knees, roll down a hill, color in pictures, create your own story. You can be king, queen, hero, or heroine. You're a being of light, made of star stuff. Wear your crown of glory with pride. From LeahWhitehorse.com. And from Divine Brothor of the Light, Sean Caulfield. The spiritual light of the inner cosmic dragons of our primordial heart awaken. 7 Ahau to 8 Imish, 22nd 7 of 2022. Day 116th of the 9th wave. The underlying shift of the collective consciousness is from being closed and attached to everything to being open and attached to nothing. We can understand this shift as being the difference between the mind being centered in the heart or not. In the past, the heartless mind conditioned itself to be conditional to everything. It couldn't be unconditional because its frequency was tuned into the lower densities of the physical third dimension only. But at present, as time traverses 2022, the incoming evolutionary forces of cosmic source light that is emanating the 9th level's 9th wave frequency is bringing is gradually changing the density of our reality to be higher in resonance and without filters and be unconditional to what it wants to control and satisfy its ego by. A clear and transparent free new earth is being born. Through ordered chaos, peace is overshadowing the mind. Our mind is transcending the imprints of duality to heal the soul. Time is moving into the age of the heart's frequency of unconditional love. Time moves today, the 22nd of July, from completing 20 days into starting a new 20-day tomorrow. So it's 7 Ahau, sunlight, to 8 Imish, alligator. It's a time into heart shift. This is what I am being guided to see and understand about the 2011-12 shift, from time being ruled by 13 Ahau to it being ruled by 1 Imish, alligator, dragon, the memory of the primordial heart's benevolent cosmic dragons of the source creator are awakening from within. They are one with the Bolon Yokte Ku, being the 9 cosmic deities prophesied to descend upon the completion in 2011, and are in the resonance with the will of the highest vibrational source light of the Creator. The shift is the light of Ahau, completion being in surrender to the emanating resonance of Imish, beginnings. To me, this is what the 9th level's emanating cosmic light frequency is shining into our world, for consciousness to be healed and enlightened, and be given strength and courage to retrieve the lost aspects of the soul that were lost in the past traumas of time, and in the mind's growth to evolve to full maturity. Astrologically speaking, the sun is being transformed, and thus we are. We are being transformed into being the source creator star beings of sacred light in the 3rd density, and rippling this into the multidimensional universe within. Blessings, Sean Caulfield. From RockArtGallery.com. And today from the Tzolk'in Times, Keen 65, Red Cosmic Serpent. Cosmic is the name for the number 13, and its keywords are transcend, endure, and presence. The 13-day wraps up the wave spell, and there's always a poetic connection between the first and last day. We began with Red Skywalker, the adventurer, and where did this journey lead us to? Well, today we must endure to transcend, meaning we need to ponder the lessons learned so we are prepared to move on to the next obstacle course. Today is Red Serpent, and the keywords associated with it are instinct, survival, and life force. The Cosmic Serpent is probably the most interesting serpent day because the energy is so well matched. The serpent represents transmuting poison and the shedding of the old. Serpent also symbolizes Kundalini energy, which is believed to reside in our base chakra. Whichever way you look at it, the serpent offers renewal and growth. But first of all, you must survive your poison and transmute it, much like the number 13's endure to transcend message. This is so fitting for the completion of the Red Skywalker 13-day journey, by being courageous and adventurous, by getting out of your comfort zone. The result is a powerful renewal. Don't waste this chance to shed your old skin and begin your life with a fresh start. You'll feel lighter because you shed your darkness, your poison. If successful, you should experience a Kundalini awakening, which is when all your chakras line up, giving you a mighty buzz. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Christina Papagiorgio, Red Cosmic Serpent, 13, Cheek Chan, Keen 65, 22nd of July, 2022. Cosmic Kundalini Awakening, 2222, New Earth, Peace Portal. 22/7/2022 equal 476 equal 413 equal 44 equal 8. 2222 Peace Portal. 44 Building New Earth. Day codes 22 Architect of Peace, Master Builder. 4 Form, Structure, Foundation, Earth, Angelic. 8 Infinite Abundant Source Flow. Month year code 7 Magic, Mystic, Spiritual, Solitude, Initiation. 13 Cosmic Consciousness, Natural Lore, Goddess, Mysteries. 4 20 The Awakening, Clear Vision. 22 Keen 65 equal 11 Portal, Duality, Doorway, Partnership. 2222 44 11 Portal Energy. Cosmic equal tone 13 Mystic, Goddess, Cosmic Consciousness, 13 Moons, Natural Time. Mystic, Cosmic 13, coupled with the Red Serpent, Kundalini rising energy, makes for a very, very cosmically expansive day. Day 13 is the final day in the Red Skywalker wave spell of awakening, exploration, and expansion, and we are going out with a bang. If you have not awakened, evolved, or expanded during this wave spell, then today will be a power-packed day for you. Hang on to your hats, 'cause Bane is giving us a great blast-off, handing the baton to his best buddy Kimi, the White World Bridger, tomorrow to cross the Rainbow Bridge to our new wonderful world. Hallelujah. Tone of creation, Cosmic is the last and final tone of creation, the highest octave. Tone 13 in the spiritual realm. 13 is the mystical number of the cosmic order, the goddess, and synchronic natural time. We have arrived. Add some. I am here. This is the stage of having transcended the physical, emotional, and mental realms and arriving at cosmic consciousness. Cosmic action transcends, power endures, essence presence. Today we are transcending our old survival responses and raising our Kundalini to the max, to experience total cosmic expansion through our pure presence, floating endlessly as cosmic consciousness throughout space-time, pure ecstatic bliss. Today's question is, am I releasing all blocks and purifying my physical vessel to allow my life force to rise up, fueling my soul expansion in order to experience cosmic consciousness? We bid adieu to Bane, our Red Skywalker, the angelic messenger and galactic explorer, and thank him for the incredibly expansive and wild ride he took us on throughout the cosmos. We have expanded our awareness and our light bodies as we stretched our golden wings to explore our galactic neighborhood. Bliss is here, now on Earth. Tomorrow we commence a brand new wave spell with Kimi, the White World Bridger, as our learned guide and gatekeeper, leading us over the Rainbow Bridge to the New World. And so our journey through the dream spell continues. Divine blessings for the elevation of our pure life force and passion to fuel your divine mission. In la ketch a la keen. Christina White Magnetic World Bridger, Keen 66. Keen 65, Red Cosmic Serpent. The mantra, the code for today is, I endure in order to survive. Transcending instinct, I seal the store of life force. With the cosmic tone of presence, I am guided by the power of universal water. And on this powerful day of activations, transformations, and manifestations, let us know, beloved beings of light, in the comments below what you're feeling, what you're seeing, your dreams, your visions, and your synchronicities. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below and the little bell to get notifications on future updates. And as always, we have a link in the description below to the transcriptions of today's transmissions, and we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. Now I'd like to take the time to thank everyone supporting us in our work and mission. It's because of your monthly pledges and donations we're able to continue this work. So if you'd like to help support us, our work, our mission in this channel, and help us continue bringing these daily transmissions to the world, you can either make a monthly pledge or a one-time donation to our links at eaglelovecondor.com. I'd like to thank Divine Angel of the Light of Venus Flytraps for your super thanks donation today on YouTube. Thank you very much. We appreciate you and your support. And we appreciate all of you that continue to support our work and mission. I'd like to also thank everyone supporting my Sacred Condor's artwork on Etsy. You could purchase her beautiful handmade goddess totems, zodiac goddesses, healing jewelry, and other works of art at lunagoddessart.com. Now we're going to complete today's transmissions with powerful codes from Insights from the Cosmic Astral, number 1647. New Earth sacraments are established. Copers are calmed at this momentum. Destabilization of all control systems is happening at this momentum, with 30% non-regrettable. Immediate replacement is. Rotation of light bearers is. Smiling faces are coming back. Buddhist waves elevate right now. Loving results consecrate the master. God's love is infinite. Alien technologies already tested come to everyone's knowledge. Shadow workshops are completely dismantled at this momentum. God is. Divine commitments are whole. Diamond flame bearers are established. Alpha and Omega movement is expanded everywhere. New viruses are discontinued. Unprepared communications get frescoes. God's love is in everything. Energetic expansion portal is appreciated and absorbed. Resonance is boosted. Announced arrivals are imminent. God is God. External visibility is necessary for the ascension. Fun times are essential, humans. Thank you for joining us today, beloved beings of light. Have a most beautiful and blessed Feast of the Mary Magdalene and a most beautiful weekend ahead. Keep walking gently your sacred path with heart, with peace and love in every step, and keep shining your light brightly into the night. Be sure to make this day and every day the best day ever. The eagle and the condor love you all. Namaste.